Hi and welcome to this video. In this video, we will talk about building a newsletter in the new Outlook. So I made a video last year, or I think at the beginning of this year, about building a newsletter in the new Outlook. But after that, Microsoft updated the new Outlook and they added like more functionality or more editing options to the new Outlook. So let's explore them in this video and let me show you some workarounds how to build a good newsletter in the new Outlook. Let me let me open Outlook. This is an Outlook email. And let me open next to it Word. We will use Word to, let me divide the screen. So this is going to be Word and this is going to be Outlook. And let's start by building the newsletter in Outlook. And first we need to go to insert. As usual, we need a table in all newsletters, and let's build or add a table. And this is going to be our table. So one of the problems, we still do not have control over the size of the table. So we can't change the size of the table. So the best thing is to use an image and to resize the table to the size of the image. I designed a template, but for something else, I'm preparing a video, master newsletters in Word. So let me just copy the banner of this template and do a paste here in the table. So now the table is took the size of the image. But now, as you see, it's aligned to the middle of the table. So let's change it. So they added this option here, and now we can align top left. So it's now, it looks better. And now this is the first cell, which is where our banner lives. Now let's add another cell or another row, insert below. And now we have another one, but we have the borders in the last, or in the last video we weren't able to work with the borders, but now we have like more functionality. We can make them just outside borders. So I think first we need to remove them all, and then we can add an outside border. I will leave the outside border just for the sake of explaining, or to make you see where the beginning and the end of our table. Now let me just try to find some texts. Think I'm gonna grab, or let me just add one word now, headline. So we have headline. As usual, we need to change the font. I prefer Arial, and let's make it as a real headline. And let's make it bold. So it looks much better now. One of the problems, we can't control or add space before the paragraph or after the paragraph. To do this, I would advise you to go to Word and do all the formatting in Word, and then come back and do copy paste here in Outlook. But first, let's just try to work with what we have. So now we have an extra tab, which is format text, and we have basic text paragraph, which is similar to the classic Outlook. We can add more spacing by adding, for example, space before the paragraph. But the problem, we can't control like the number. So in the classic Outlook, we can give a number. In the new Outlook, we can't give a number. This is the difference, but it works. So this is almost what we need. Now let me go under the paragraph, and under the paragraph, we need to add some, let's just take some lorem ipsum. Let's do a paste. as a plain text, but as you can see, it's too much. So let's now highlight the text and give it a smaller size. Let's go to 12, which is a good number. And as you can see, it's not aligned correctly. So we need to go here to left. And then we can add a tab on the right. And here we have like a good text aligned with the text in the banner. The problem, we can't add space on the right side of the table, which is a big problem. Now we can remove the border. We can go to table here and no border. And we have like really a very basic newsletter. The space after the paragraphs here is just an enter, but you can add space as I showed you or as I explained in the video. But we can do more than that. Like if I want to add now a table, like to create 2 cards, let me just try to do it. And let me bring back the borders. So as you can see, I can't move the table. And I can't also make the table center. And I can't add space on the left and the right, which is really a huge problem. So in order to do that, I would go to I will delete the table. I would go here to Word, and then in Word, I can go and design the whole table, and then we'll do a copy paste. For example, let me go to table layout and properties and then center the table. And let me just copy it and do paste here to show you what I mean. And now our table is centered, and which is exactly what we need. So the workaround is to use Word next to the new Outlook and do most of the formatting there, or building the whole template there, the whole newsletter there, and come back here and just do copy paste. It's still not good, but if you need just a basic template, a banner and text under it, yeah, you can do it here in Outlook without using any extra tool. But if you need more formatting, if you have a complex layout, so don't do it here. Please do not do it here. Just go to Word and use Word for formatting. That's it. And if you have any question, leave a comment. I will do my best to help or to find useful information for you.